Today we're at Blue Bamboo with, I know Jack's wine guy, Chris Chislett. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad.
Now today we're going to learn something really super cool. I can tell because we got all kinds of stuff out.
I know, right? We're starting
So,
finally.
great
We've got wine open. You know,
I know,
we're
I'm
getting
loving
there.
it.
We're slowly getting there.
Man.
We really are. Baby steps the whole way. So
He's killing me.
you know, got to start somewhere. The idea of aerating wine with this kind of fangled gadget, this soiree wine aerator versus decanting wine. What's the, you know,
what does it do?
Well, exactly. What's the benefit? What's the purpose? This everything surrounding it. You know, there's a lot of like wine myths surrounding, you know, aerating and decanting, and everybody has their own preference. So this is the soiree wine aerator. This is what I personally use in my own home.
There's all kinds of different ones.
Yeah, this is just one that I found to work really well. It fits into the bottle. You can completely invert it, as I'll show you in a second. But yeah, so that's the soiree. When I typically use it, it's for, you know, full-bodied wines. Sometimes wines that have been aged for a little bit longer, not your 20, 30-year old bottles. Just your easy, everyday drinking kind of wines.
So when you say full-bodied, give me an example of.
Well,
Cabernet.
yeah, so
obviously.
Cabernet, even Merlot, and that's the thing. You know, I've got a Pinot Noir up here to show. You know, there's plenty of times when I'll be decanting something heavier like this, but I won't bother with like a Pinot Noir, only because it's not going to hurt the wine, but it might not bring anything to the table.
So it might not help, but it won't hurt. Okay,
Yeah, it definitely. Decanting never hurts. I've decanted sparkling wine, champagnes, white wine, sweet wines. Absolutely, yeah, definitely. And it's really never going to hurt it unless it's you know, really like, you know, 40, 50-year-old wine, and it's already kind of oxidized, and it's just going to completely destroy it. With an aerator or decanter.
But if you're buying that kind of wine, you already know what you're doing.
Yeah, you're not watching a guy like us, you know. So yeah, so aged, you know, aged red wines typically don't need to be kind of gone through this kind of thing. But how you do it, so it's fairly aggressive, right?
I like it. Now isn't there an urban myth that like it takes like cheap wine makes it taste like expensive wine?
You know, a lot of people. I've heard this one going around.
I call it an urban myth because it must be if I've heard about it.
Yeah, if you've seen it on the internet. The thing with it is it's opening the wine up. Okay. In both cases, you know, really in both cases. Does it make it taste more expensive? Some people think so. Some people think not. To me, it's just opening. Yeah, I mean, you can smell it from here already. And then with a traditional decanter, I pop this thing off. It's much more, you know, much slower. Typically, you just kind of pour it down the side, and if the wine has any sediment, you can actually see that. You know, the small kind of.
So
sediment.
when would you use one over the other?
It's really personal preference. You know, for me, I typically aerate wine when it's, you know, you can say, you know, under $30, but just your average, everyday, easy drinking wines. But saying that, I've done it with $60.
Also, when you're in a hurry, right? Because that takes longer.
Well, yeah. Unless, you know, you want to start picking it up, and there's no reason why you can't do this. But for me, you know, you get home, you pull the cork out of a bottle and sling this thing on. It's ready to go. Yeah, this definitely requires a little bit more planning. You know.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to see if I learned what I was supposed to today.
Cool.
Oh, great one.
Like I'm
adding
the wine
air.
Yoda now.
Now, adding air helps make it taste better. You can use the aerator or the decanter. I'm going to say the decanter is a little more formal.
Yeah, more fine dining.
And
you know,
this one is, you know, a little more in a hurry, and probably what I would use.
Plus, looks kind of cool.
It looks really cool. So did I get it?
Yeah, you're right on the money.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's what I've learned today. I look forward to learning more on the next episode of The Wine Guy.